What's cracking, peoples? What's up, my peeps? Darren McDuffie here, alias Fat Man, helping you become perfectly healthy and toned and conscious, yo. So, things have been bananas lately, a good kind of bananas. Everything's moving forward, getting ready to debut my new site soon. Still got some things that I'm doing. Won't tell you what the new site is called just yet, but I got pictures done, putting the podcast into place, and it will be a blending of health and consciousness, which is, I think, is a perfect blend. But my video today is just talking about love, and I've kind of thought of an acronym for love, and love is living over various emotions. And how did I come up with that? The reason why I came up with that is because I began looking at many different things. If you are like me, you like movies. I love watching movies, especially science fiction and superhero movies. Those are my two favorite genres. Maybe they are the one and the same, but I remember when I first saw Transformers, and Transformers talked about something that gave the Autobots the ability to move around and do the transforming that they do. It was something called the Allspark. Now, many of us as human beings have this Allspark within us. We have that certain something that is constantly guiding us. It's that connection with Source. That is our Allspark. But we tend to forget that. We tend to forget it just simply because most of us are in a constant state of worry, fear, blame, discouragement. Those are all what we call lower vibration type emotions. And all of us know someone who's in a constant state of worry. I used to be a chronic worrier. And when you worry about something, you actually end up making it happen because your thoughts actually create your reality. It wasn't until I was able to just let go and know that things would all ultimately work out for me is when I kind of quit worrying so much. But again, we know those people who have these things. They're constantly blaming someone else. They're constantly playing the victim role. We have people who are going through discouragement. We have a large segment of our population who is going through depression. And all that really means is that you're missing your connection to Source. That's why you're here. You're here to be connected. You are here to manifest the things that you want to manifest. And when you're not manifesting them, it doesn't feel good. When we get the things that we want in our life, we feel great. But when we don't, we tend to slide down into that hole. And then that's when the depression, the anxiety, all the different lower frequency emotions tend to become our reality. So we all have that Allspark, as I said before. We all have that connection that we want to Source. Through my journey, what I've realized is that you can climb up that emotional scale, and part of that is loving yourself a little bit more, loving yourself through those emotions. Remember, I said love is living over various emotions. Everything comes back to loving ourselves, because if you don't love yourself, you're not going to feel worthy, and that's going to affect the things that come to you in your life. There are a lot of us who tend to think that things just come to us. If you have a bad relationship, if you have something that happens on your job, it comes to you because you attract that. Because somewhere, somehow, this is in your vibration and you tend to attract it to you. So whenever you have something that you quote unquote think is bad, it's because you have attracted it. And as soon as you start taking responsibility for the things that you attract, you'll notice that those things will start changing. It takes a little bit of work to actually change your point of attraction, do some different things, but it's easy stuff. It's very simple stuff. But most of us get caught up in doing the same thing over and over and over again. And therefore we think that we're stuck. But again, the energy is always moving. So how do you move up from those lower frequencies of vibrations? You can climb up the emotional scale. And the emotional scale, again, those lower frequency vibrations, the way that you climb up is just grab on to better feeling thoughts. You have the ability to think what you want to think. But again, many of us let our thoughts roam free, like a child in a grocery store. You've ever seen a child running around, touching everything, grabbing everything? That's how our minds are. But if you become a deliberate thinker, a deliberate creator, you'll know that you have the ability to think the thoughts that you want to think. And when you have the ability to do that, you can think the thoughts that make you feel good. As I said, when you realize that all of these lower frequency vibrations are helping you or assisting you in reaching out to higher frequency, love, living over those various emotions of depression, anxiety, fear, worry, blame, discouragement, you're going to notice that you have that ability to reclaim your connection to source. And that's what it's all about. That's why we go to church on Sundays. Most people go to church on Sundays, or you go to your synagogue, you go to your mosque, because you want to feel that connection. You can consistently feel that connection every day by aligning yourself with better feeling thoughts. Our society teaches us to think. Our society doesn't teach us too much to feel. We bury our emotions. So think and feel. How does this thought feel to you? And realize that the thought comes first and then the emotion. And that's why when we have a crazy thought and we feel that emotion behind it, it can be somewhat devastating to us. But if you choose your thoughts and know that you can consistently give in what I call those love thoughts, joy, happiness, then you know that you're moving forward within your life. So self-love, self-worthiness, the ability to love oneself translates into others. You are a flower of love. When you look at someone, you know, you're going to flow that love to them versus looking at them with hate and all these other various emotions in your life. But remember, again, love is living over these various emotions, reaching up the emotional scale, deliberately thinking thoughts that feel good. You have that power, step into it. Darren McDuffie, alias Fat Man, helping you become perfectly healthy in tone and conscious, yo. One love. I'm out.